Tonight, Donald Trump, did he help or hurt himself at the debate? Joining us, Gina Loudon, host America Trends on U2 America. Areva Martin, attorney and legal commentator. Dondre Whitfield, actor, spokesman for the Student African American Brotherhood. And Lisa Bloom, civil rights lawyer at the Bloom firm and legal analyst for Avo.com. Also have Andy Dean, ConnectPal.com, and former apprentice contestant who worked for Donald Trump. Gina, I'm going to you first. Tell me about the winners and losers in the debate. Did Trump do himself any favors?
I think Trump was Trump, and I think that's always doing himself a favor. I think he drew audience. I wonder how many people here that probably did watch the debates last night wouldn't have watched if Trump weren't there. So I think he not only did himself a favor.
Show of hands. Show of hands.
Yeah.
I myself included. We are so. If he did nothing else, Areva, you're smiling already, my dear. He did nothing.
I'm rolling my eyes.
No,
to be accurate.
Without rolling them. But if he'd done nothing else, he's gotten us all involved in this process. I've never been interested in a primary before, let alone primary debates. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you've got to give Trump credit for being Trump, for being this media guy that knows how to control the media. Now, that's where it starts, and that's where it ends. What we saw last night was Trump unable to engage in the conversation on substantive questions that came up from the panelists. He got very quiet. He almost shrunk from the stage when they got to tough questions about foreign policy, about immigration. He wasn't there.
Or, Andy, was that a strategy? Because it seems like he's got a strategy just about everything. A strategy not to have specifics at this stage of the game so he can't be attacked on specifics.
Well, I would say factually the idea that he shrunk from the stage just mathematically isn't true. If you look at the talk time during the debate, he talked the most out of any of the candidates. So he didn't shirk away from that.
Yeah.
And he gives specifics. I mean, it's just people, when he gives specifics, they say, oh, it's not enough specifics. So, you know, the haters are always going to hate like this.
Well, we're not haters. We're telling the facts as they are. Yes, he had the most talk time. Most of it was insulting people, which is what he's so good at doing. Not talking facts and not talking policy.
Lisa, I'm going to go back to you with winners and losers. A lot of talk about Fiorina winning last night, really establishing herself. I thought, if anything, the Republican Party should feel good about having such a wonderful woman representing their party, no?
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with her on content, on basically everything, but she's a fantastic debater. She's very intelligent. She not only has the facts at her fingertips, but she has the emotion. She was brave enough to talk about having a child who died from drug abuse. She was brave enough to take on Donald Trump, and I think very effectively. Donald Trump really, I think, had nothing to say when she said what she just said in that clip about his comment about her face, although I would have liked her to come on even stronger about that. She has a great ad that she put together about look at my face, of women of different races and ages, and saying look at my face, as if to say, how dare you insult me for being a woman. I would have liked even more strength from her.
Lisa, I got to disagree with you very strongly about what Carly did last night.
What?
She was not accurate about almost everything she said. When she talked about that baby that was a part of the Planned Parenthood video, when they did fact checks, that was just flat out wrong. Yeah. There was never any video of a baby lying there, struggling to live as they were talking about selling the body parts of that baby. So many of the things that she said when they did the fact check, Lisa, she was wrong.
Well, I disagree with her on the content.
She was wrong on the content. I think she's got to be held.
No, that was absolutely true. That was in those videos.
There's
did
no
you watch
video.
all the videos?
There is no video that
Did you watch the videos?
I've seen the video. You can watch the fact check.
There's many of them. Did you watch all of them?
There is no video.
There are videos of
a baby
whole babies
dying in the way that she described it. The fact checks
It happens
are clear.
every day.
That's not accurate. She was wrong about that. She was wrong about that.
I'm going to interrupt you guys. It's not the Republican debate here just yet. Dondre, how about other winners? Do you feel that I thought Christie looked pretty good. I thought Rubio made some good points.
I thought they all made some good points, but I do have to say that the only person that I thought really felt like a president was Carly Fiorina. I mean, despite the fact that through fact checks, certain things I felt were inaccurate, she spoke with clarity. She spoke with authenticity. And she said something that was really interesting. She said, leaders unlock the potential in others. And based on that, and I thought that was a great point, based on that, does that make Donald Trump our guy?
Well,
I don't think so.
interesting is because Gina and I have talked a lot about this. Is what is this? You'll hear me ask this a million times on this show. What has Trump tapped into? And you made a point to me once that it's very similar to when you shut the door in a therapeutic setting. You have a history of doing therapy with people, and you touch something real about them that they've been keeping down, and what happens?
Well, you just reflect what they're saying. You say, I'm hearing you say this. And the moment that person feels heard, it's like a volcano erupted and they start talking. And everybody who's done therapy knows this. And so that's what Donald Trump has done. He sat down in a therapy session with the American people and he became that voice. So I think, Dr. Drew, that instead of hearing him like they hear the normal packaged politician, I think they experience him. And when someone insults him, I think they feel that insult more personally than they would if it were insulting Carly Fiorina or insulting Jeb Bush or insulting any of the rest of them.
I'll tell you this. So when he left the debate, I walked him to his car last night. I think that we're very confused about Carly Fiorina because this is a woman who destroyed a public company. Hewlett-Packard was down 47% under her tenure. She fired 30,000 people. She took $100 million out of the company. She forced the board to buy her Gulfstream 4 private jet when the predecessor used to fly coach. She's a nightmare. She lost her Senate seat to Barbara Boxer. What qualifies her for the presidency besides
Lisa,
maybe she can
attorney,
speak well?
MBA attorney, Ivy League trained, right woman.
I'm not a fan of anybody on that stage, okay, to be the president. I hope it's none of the above. But, you know, compare her to, say, Donald Trump, who also has no political experience except giving money to everybody in every party.
Yeah, but he's
so
had business success,
right?
Andy said.
Or look at
created jobs, not lost jobs.
Talk about the bankruptcies,
also
Lisa.
no background at all, except as a neurosurgeon, which I don't know how that has any relevance to running the government. Now, Donald Trump and Carly Fiorina as CEOs, it's all about growing the company. It's all about growth for the shareholders. And that's fantastic. But what does that have to do with helping people who need jobs who don't have the skills and qualifications?
But she eliminated jobs, Lisa. That's the problem.
You got to talk about Donald Trump's bankruptcy. So when you talk about him being a successful businessman, Carly called him out of it.
Ariva, I'd be careful with that because his country is practically bankrupt, and he's been able to bring things out of bankruptcy.
Thank you.
You cannot deny that, Dr. Drew. 4 bankruptcies for his country, for his companies, casinos.
Next.
Fact.
The only thing I can say about Donald Trump is the man knows how to make money. That's a truth that no one can deny. He knows how to make money, and maybe he can lead us in that direction.
I've heard.
I think that's a great point. And I think that you're speaking for the base, honestly, because a lot of people in the room that are all like, oh, Carly was so great, they're not probably going to vote in the GOP primary. Carly, with her identity politics, does not necessarily resonate with the base. I think you're speaking for the base.
And you're right, because I think that people are resonating with Carly because America's fiending a little bit for a female president.
You're right. Are you a Republican?
No, I am not Republican, but my stepfather is. But Donald Trump knows how to make money.
All right, let me take a break. We'll check out the candidate's body. Thank you. We'll check out the candidate's body language.